Hey yo, and welcome to Callums Corner. Welcome to the vlog. Right, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice behind me is not the usual background. I am not at home. I'm in Bristol, in an Airbnb. I'll give you a tour of the place later, or I kind of want to explain to you what's going on first, because it is a very exciting time. Basically, tomorrow is an Addams family summit. Every 5 years, members of the Addams family gather from far and wide in a designated destination, and major decisions are made for the next 5 years. Now, this has been overdue. It was meant to happen a couple of years ago, but because of COVID, it's been put off. And that has, it's worked to my advantage, basically. In the meantime, I've turned 40 years old, which means I now get 2 votes, get to cast 2 votes in recognition of my extra wisdom. Now I'm 40. The way it works is you get no votes when you're under 20. You know, young, feeble minds they can't be trusted to cast a vote in these major things that could make massive difference in the family for the next 5 years. So under 20, no vote. Over 20, 1 vote. Over 40, 2 votes. It's recognition of your wisdom. And then over 60, 3 votes. And since 1978, women have had equal votes in the Addams family. So that's equals equals. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to get 2 votes to cast tomorrow, which is a big difference to everything I've experienced. And I plan to take full advantage of my new advantage. I'm going to make an impassioned plea. I've got a plan, basically. Now, I'm not going to tell you about it because I don't want to get you excited in case it doesn't happen. But if I'm successful and the family approve this plan, it's going to be bloody exciting times in the corner. Anyway, it's a big deal. It's an intimidating thing to state your case in front of the whole family, but I've been thinking about it and I'm ready for it. I'm going to grasp the acorn, I'm going to stand there and I'm going to speak with great eloquence and great passion, and then it's with the Addams gods, you know. It will either go through or it won't. Now, I've spoken to my Uncle Pete, and I've secured his vote, basically. A little bit of politicking, but he's going to support me. Now, that's not as good as it sounds, because Uncle Pete, although he's over 60, I won't say too much, but he had a major controversy a few years ago, and he's been docked 2 votes. He only gets to cast 1 vote. He's the only living member of the Addams family who's had votes docked at the moment. But yeah, it's only 1 vote in support. But, you know, every little bit helps. I'm hoping my sister won't screw me over, mainly. I know the sister that I do like, she will always vote with me. And she gets, you know, she's only 1 vote. She's nowhere near 40. But it's still, with Pete, that's 2 votes. And my 2 votes, that's 4 votes. It's a drop in the ocean. There's a lot of Addamses, you know, they've travelled from far and wide to be here for tomorrow. But hopefully it will get the ball rolling. I'm going to be successful. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to grasp the acorn. I'm going to stand there and I'm going to bloody do it. Right, yeah. So I'm in Bristol, basically. The summit is tomorrow. This is my Airbnb. Normally, I'd take you round and do you a little tour, but I think I'm going to wait till Mum gets back. I'm in an Airbnb with my mum and Auntie Pam. They've gone off shopping already, gone off for coffee and shopping in the city. But when they're back here later, I think I'll get my mum to film me so I can do like a proper guided tour. Yeah, so we'll wait for that to show you around. But yeah, that is what's happening. I'm going to go off myself into the city and have a look round. But I will, once I'm back here later, give you the tour. Oh, I should show you my little outfit. Fit check, I think it's called. I see it on people's videos. But yeah, I'm looking good. I've got some lovely stuff on. So, lovely blue and, is that black? Faded black, dark grey, super dry shirt. Underneath the super dry shirt is a Nike t-shirt. And it's kind of like artwork. The shoe is art with some fruit and stuff. Very much like that. Moving on down, skinny jeans, Levi skinny taper. Got those in a sale, absolute bargain. Now, I don't know if you're prepared for what you're about to see on my feet. This is a pair of shoes. Let me bring it back up for a moment. This is a pair of shoes I've wanted for about a year now. But they've just been too expensive. Been searching and searching and searching. Eventually, I found a second-hand pair that I could afford that were in really good nick. Let me show you them. So we travel down from super dry Nike to my lovely skinny jeans to the piece de resistance. Look at those. Absolutely magnificent. Yeah, so I'm going to go stock my stuff in the city for a bit, have a little look round, you know, just be somewhere that's not the little village on the Isle of Wight that I live. It will be lovely. I've already been over Gav's, got in last night, went straight over Gav's for some FIFA, and it was drawn. There's been no clear victor yet, so I'll be back over there for some more soon. But yeah, I'm going in the city now. I'll give you an Airbnb tour later when my mum can film me, and fingers bloody crossed for the family summit tomorrow. Right, I'll speak to you later. Or maybe you'll even come into town with me and see a little bit there. Who knows? Possibilities are endless, but I'll see you soon. Right, it is early evening, and I'm back at the Airbnb now. Mum and Auntie Pam have gone to meet my sisters, their kids and a couple of the other family members, and they've gone as a big group to Pizza Express. I didn't tag along with them because I wasn't really that hungry at the time. When I went into the city earlier, I had a great time, actually. Didn't do any real shopping, didn't particularly buy anything. Got a new hat I got, but that was about it. But it was just nice to walk around all the people, you know. It's so different to the little village I live in, you know, just soaking up the culture and stuff. And I also consumed the culture in my own way by heading to Five Guys. Got the big bacon cheeseburger and a large chips. So many chips in a large chips. It was a mistake. I had to leave a few. But yeah, I was fair full when I got back. I just didn't fancy going to Pizza Express. But an hour or so has gone by now. And the hunger has awoken slightly. I don't fancy like a main meal or anything, but I have ordered some desserts. I just feel like, you know, you got to take advantage of it, haven't you? Normally I'm in this tiny little village, just like if I put my postcode in and just eat when I'm at home, nothing delivers. Here I've got like 400 choices. And I am a culture vulture, you know, just want to make the most of being away. So yeah, I've ordered some desserts, which should be here soon. Yeah, that will be exciting. I'll let you know when they get here and show you what I've got. Hey, yo. Right, I've had a nice shower. Pudding's come and I've had a chance to sample it. So I thought, yeah, it's time to review it. Let me turn you around and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here you go. I cut both cakes in half and ate those pieces. What you've got here is I think it's a pistachio and apricot frangipane. And this is... well, I understood it was going to be a Victoria sponge. It was called the Queen Vic. Now, I've ordered from this place before, and I got this last time, and I thought that I'd lost my mind or something. It was so stale and hard. I was like, well, like, give me like a cake they've left out by mistake or something. You know, they've left out for like 2 weeks and gone stale, but it's turned up again, and it's exactly the same. It is so dry, it's more like biscuit than cake. So I can only assume that that's not a mistake and that that's some kind of middle-class sorcery. You know what the middle class are like. They do weird stuff to food and eat stuff you wouldn't even imagine, like their weird rituals. Foie gras is one thing that kind of comes to mind, and gazpacho soup. Just really mental stuff that they do. And I think this might be one of those things, like a stale-style cake. Yeah. It tasted decent, the flavours are alright, but you don't want the cake to crumble in your mouth like a biscuit. Well, I don't. Anyway, continuing, a kind of a theme, really, which was dryness. Now, a frangipane kind of cake, what you want is for it to be kind of in a similar state to a vagina before boom boom is attempted. Moisture should be present. And moisture was sadly lacking in this. Dry. That is so dry. It's like sandstone. Yeah, really, really disappointing. Just crumbles away. I mean, I probably will eat the rest of it, you know, waste not, want not. But yeah, I'm not impressed by that. Now, if you're thinking, oh God, Callum, unhealthy, fat lad, just eating cake, don't worry. I also got a fruit smoothie, which has got like 3 of my 5 a day. So at least I got 3 today. Oh no, I had chips with my 5 Guys earlier, so it was 4. Yeah, right, anyway, let me show you something. Hold on, let me turn you around. Yeah, there is something really, really cool about this Airbnb. it's got me excited. I feel like a kid again, like fanboying. Basically, just outside in the garden, I know I haven't done the tour yet, and that's kind of spoiled it a bit. You know, there was going to be a garden, bloody spoilers, but yeah, there's a tiny little garden here. But anyway, it's what's beyond the garden that is important. Turn you around again, and I'll show you outside. It's bloody brilliant. Right, so out of the back door, kitchen leads to tiny little garden. You can probably hear what I'm excited about. Jesus Christ, there's a bloody washing line there, almost decapitated me. Yeah, let me... It's only a bloody boss depot. Don't know whether you can see full in there, but they're like fixing them and stuff. In there, it's on like a ramp and stuff. Yeah, last night I could hear it and it was just amazing, the sounds of like heavy machinery and engines going and stuff. It's such a contrast to my sleepy little village. I bloody love machinery. One of my dream jobs would be to drive a bus, a truck or a train. I mean, a pilot as well. Flying a plane would be awesome, but probably a little bit out of my league. Yeah, just incredible. Dead exciting. Right, I've just got a text off my sister, the one that I like, not Amy. She wouldn't send me the shite off her arse. Not that I'd want it. But anyway, yeah, sister I like to text me, and she's just let me know that my mum and aunt are leaving now. And apparently they're quite drunk. So I'm going to go to bed now, go turn in and shut my door, pretend I'm already asleep so I don't have to deal with their, you know, staggering around, gin, sodden breath. And to be honest with you, an early night is probably what I should be doing, considering what's at stake tomorrow, what's happening. Family Summit, Adam's Family Summit does kick off at noon, obviously. So, yeah, get myself an early night and just put myself in the best place physically that I can. And tomorrow morning, I'll get myself in the best place mentally that I can be. Yeah, right, I better get upstairs before anybody come back. I'll see you guys in the morning for what should be a very big day. I just left the family circle. That did not go well. Actually, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it yet. Right, good morning to you all. Yeah, I say good morning. Hopefully it's a good morning for you guys. It's not a very good morning for me. I am experiencing one of the worst hangovers that I've had in years. I am steeped in the feeling of disappointment and hangover. It's horrible. Couldn't even cope with speaking to people this morning. I waited till my mum and my aunt left. Going to the city to exchange a blouse that my aunt bought the other day. So I'm downstairs now. I've got to start the day. I'm sorry I didn't update you yesterday. I couldn't face talking about it again. And I know that must have been disappointing for you, but I'm here now and I've got to start moving on. Yeah, it did not go well yesterday. We gathered at the Harvester. They're very accommodating to large parties. And the family summit started as it does with a meal, breaking of bread. I ordered myself a burger, which is normally, you know, one of my favourites. But I knew I was going to be speaking. I put my name forward a while ago. So, you know, when you get like a normal person gets like butterflies in their stomach when they're nervous. Well, imagine what that's like for me. You know, a great big alpha male who really experiences emotions strongly. It's more like dragons in my tummy, you know. Really struggled to eat any of the burger just because of the nerves. And when I get like that, when I'm a bit picky about my food and I'm not really feeling hungry, I get incredibly picky about my chips. I only want to consume the perfect ones. So I was rummaging through my chips a lot. This is important information. You'll find out why in a minute, right? So eventually everyone finishes eating and the summit itself begins. The elders do their presentation, their little introduction and stuff. Eventually it's time for individual family members to speak. I put my name forward and I'm third up because it's done alphabetically. It's my turn eventually. Now, the acorn gets passed to me. I grasp the acorn because it's my turn to speak. Unfortunately, due to the over-greasiness of the chips and burger and my rummaging antics, I have very greasy fingers. It's hard just to think about it, right? my greasy fingers, I don't maintain a proper grip on the acorn. Basically, it slips out from between my fingers and it lands in my Coca-Cola, my glass of Coke. It's only about half full, but it's full fat Coke. This is a 103-year-old antique acorn. The Addams family acorn is now languishing in my incredibly corrosive Coca-Cola. It's just, it erupts. The sounds of like horror and disapproval and stuff. Like I fish it out straight away. And my Uncle Pete's, you know, he's sitting next to me and he grabs it and he's drying it off and he's like, it's okay. But everyone is just like, no one's done this. Drop the bloody acorn in the Coca-Cola. It is the worst possible start. I try and recover. I'm a bit like shaky at first as I'm talking, but I get my head into it in the end, and I speak quite eloquently towards the end. Vote happens. I lose by 3 votes, right? Not only have I lost by 3 votes, but Amy has voted against me, and she's basically brought the homosexual vote against me, right? I mean, she's not even proper gay, Amy. She's just bisexual. She just treats her fanny like it's Wookie bloody hole. You know, everyone's bloody welcome. But for some reason, she is leading the gay vote and it's against me. I've been denied. I couldn't cope with it. I just couldn't cope with the disappointment. I had to leave, you know, as soon as the meeting was over, just stumbled back to Nigel's flat in the end, walked over there and he drove me over to Gav's, just got bladdered last night. Cannot believe that she has done this. I know, you know, we're not, you know, we don't get on well, but I'm meant to be her brother. She should be supporting me in the Addams Family Summit. It's ridiculous. Just, it would have been incredible. I can't even talk about what I wanted to happen, but basically it's not happening now. I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm still going to march on and I'm just going to do it my bloody self, but she is a selfish, disgusting spasmoid. Wish she wasn't my bloody sister. Oh, I feel gross, hungover and gross, and I've got to go to a bloody party in the ponds this afternoon, pretend like everything's all right. I mean, I'm going to go. I'm not going to stay away. This is my bloody holiday too, just because Amy's there. I'm not going to let her spoil things for me. Eddie would be gutted if I didn't go, but it's going to be difficult. Party, I should probably explain that. Party in the ponds, it's fish ponds. It's where I used to live. There's some some kind of event on in the park. Eddie wants to go, and I said I'd go. So I guess I'll vlog that, but at the moment, I'm just feeling rubbish, disappointed, hungover, and I don't know. You know when you're hungover, your soul is just, feels like it's tarnished. Sorry if it seems a little dark in here, but the bleak lighting suits my mood, quite frankly. I just wanted to show you this to give you an idea of my current mood, how I'm feeling this morning, just as like an indicator. That is a sausage and egg McMuffin, right? And that's me finished with it. Normally, at any given point or a day or night, if I'm awake and you offered me a sausage and egg McMuffin, I could eat probably 2 of them at any given point in any day. If I'm awake, I could eat at least 2 sausage and egg McMuffins if they were available on an all-day basis. That's what I've left, ordered in McDonald's breakfast, thinking it might just lift me slightly. And that's all I could manage of it, this like nectar of a food. It's indicative, isn't it, of how I'm feeling. I reviewed some of the footage that I'd filmed last night at Gav's while I was wasted, and I don't think I can use any of it. To be quite honest with you, I made some quite dark references to the likelihood of Amy already having the HIV virus, and I just don't think, you know, I've got a choice, haven't I? I can take the low road and debase myself and be an absolute twat like her, or I can take the high road and just try and rise above it. So I don't think I'm going to use any of that, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Half-eating sausage and egg McMuffin. All right. I'm going to have another cup of coffee, and then I guess I better get myself together and kind of get moving. But, yeah, that's that. It's a really sad sight, isn't it? Can't really see me and the muffin. It's a really sad sight. There's over half a muffin left there. Right, I'm about to order an Uber. I'm going to leave in a moment. So I thought I'd better make time just to do a quick outfit check thing. I know it helps some of you with your fashion, so I do like to try and make time to do it, even if I'm not really in the mood for it. Not really in the mood for any of this today, to be honest with you. You know what galls me most about it, actually? I've been thinking, like, it's hard to take your mind off something when it's this recent. It's like an emotional scar across my brain at the moment. But what annoys me most is that, like, back when I had to listen to, like, Grandad Adams, like, waffle on, like, he was very racist, he had some very strong views, and he used to talk, you know, in very sexist terms, and he would paint this picture of the halcyon days before the women got the vote in the Adams family business, talking about how emotions weren't brought into it then, and men could just do business as it needed to be done, right? And I never listened to that. You know, I've always been an equals kind of guy, you know, not like feminism as it is now, because it's, you know what I mean, it's not good, is it? It's my sister basically, but equals, yeah, absolutely. But what Amy's done is she's basically, you know, set the women's movement back because she's brought emotions into it. What I wanted could have created a legacy for her own children. It could have been profitable for swell the family coffers and stuff, but she's cut off her nose to spite her face. You know, she's not only voted against me, she's campaigned against me with the gays, basically, to make sure what I wanted didn't happen, even though it could have been advantageous to the family. She's brought emotions into family business, and you should never do that. It's disgusting, you know. And she didn't like me. No, we didn't get on. I've got a sister that I do like, so I know how it should be, but she's an evil little troll, basically. Her soul is twisted, not only on a brother-sister, you know, level, but she's brought it into Adam's family business. It's disgraceful. Anyway, I need to order an Uber and go, so yeah. I'm wearing a white sweater. It's not the nicest weather outside, so just for warmth, I'm wearing that. I've got a little cream Nike t-shirt on underneath. Bit fluff on me. I've got skinny jeans on. Make the most of what you got. I've got good trim legs. And, oh gosh, probably wondering what's on my feet, the most important part. These are my patinas. I got them for an absolute steal, and I love them. They're a really, really good shoe. Like bronze on the front there, black leather, really soft, with nice mint green laces in. Didn't want to wear the Hyper Royals because I'm going to go stand in, you know, the park, fish ponds. It's a great big field and park where the park in the ponds is, so yeah, I thought wearing the darker Jordans was probably a good idea. Okay, I better get moving. I'll probably vlog a bit up there, so I'll see you there. You are the greatest place to live. So much relatives here. You're my favorite place by far. I've taken myself off. I can't stand it anymore. Amy's face is annoying me. Well, actually, her face always annoys me in general, but specifically her smile today is particularly hard to take. Little lesson for you all here, actually. Women's faces have many smiles. They are naturally inclined to duplicitness. Yeah, there's a million smiles a woman can wear. Some of them are smiles that say, yeah, I'm smiling now, but you're going to be in trouble later. Some of them are smiles that say, yeah, you just say what you want, but I think I'm right in my own little head. Amy is currently wearing a very snide smile. It's there every time she looks at me. She knows exactly what she's doing. It's just a different smile to she'd normally wear. Just winding me up, basically. Yeah, I mean, Party at the Ponds is good. I've had some very good food. I had a foot-long sub filled with bacon and egg, which was lovely. I've had some good brownies. I've had some nice coffee and stuff. The music's been good. It's just a shame my sister exists, basically. Well, it's a shame Amy exists. I popped in Iceland to get some supplies in, and I'm really impressed with it. It's been ages since I've been in one, and it's become dead cosmopolitan. Look at all this lovely Greggs range. You don't get that, do you, in your bloody Sainsbury's and your Waitrose? Well, I don't think you do. Lovely. It's all branded now. It's amazing. Chickadee, you and I cry. Smoky Joe. That's what it used to be. Just like basic Iceland meals now. Oh, the world is opened up now, isn't it? It's cosmopolitan. Flavours of the whole world. Oh my God, will you look at this? Hulu chips. Barbecue beef flavour. Wow. There you go. Right, I'm back at the Airbnb now. I've just got out of the bath. I feel calmer about it all now. I mean, the sense of disappointment is still there. It's permeated into my every pore. But I feel calmer about it. It keeps jarring in my mind. You know, when something's happened that makes you don't like, something bad's happened. You know, that feeling where you're kind of thinking of stuff, your mind's just enjoying something like the music at Party in the Ponds today, and then suddenly you'll be like jogged back into it, like, oh yeah, that's still ruining it. Like, yeah, your good feeling just gets popped, it's gone. Yeah, I guess it's a win for Amy, but I don't know, it should be the most bitter and twisted win possible. It's a loss for me, but it's ridiculous. If there was VAR, this would be overturned. Anyway, I think I'm going to go to bed. Got to be up early. Got to get out the Airbnb. Got to travel. It's Sunday bloody service on the train tomorrow. Yeah, it's all pretty arse. It feels a bit like the summer's ending as well. Well, it is ending, isn't it? But it kind of today, this evening at Party in the Ponds, it suddenly felt a bit cold and stuff. Just a week or two ago, it felt like, bang, heat wave, summer on the beach every day. It's all closing in, winter's coming. All those kind of slightly negative things are adding to my sense of woe this evening. So I'm just going to go to bed and, I'll see you guys tomorrow.